Hi, welcome.
Hate that.
I won't do that. I won't do that at all. And another 3 and a 2. Hi, welcome to Turn-Based Besties, a podcast where two grown adults with no free time talk about their favorite RPGs. I'm DJ.
And I'm Sam, and we're besties that love to game.
And today...
Oh, you say it. You go.
Today, we're gonna be discussing the demo for the upcoming title, Parasite Mutant. You thought I was gonna say Eve, but I didn't. But before we get to that, Sam, speaking of parasites, how are your children?
Hey now. Why would you say that joke that I wrote?
I know, right?
About my own children. No, they're good. They're great. Things are a little crazy right now. It's just been the sickest of winters. Everybody's been sick so many times. And this last week, Jay got flu B. And so we've all been trying to avoid getting flu from him. So we've been like masking in the house and washing like crazy and trying to separate the kids, which is impossible.
Yeah.
And we're all on Tamiflu. But it's the end of the line. Nobody else has developed symptoms, and he's been fine for days and days now. So
poor buddy.
Yeah, he's okay. But he stayed home from church today with me, and as you maybe know, for listeners that I've heard before, I've been playing some D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, with the kiddos, and it's been a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And so N got to do her own episode, or I call it episode, her own session.
Yeah.
And Jay wanted to do his own session today, so we were working on that because we had some special time, just he and I. And so I got out my little, I make maps on Dungeon Draft, which is the software I use. Shout out to Dungeon Draft if they want to sponsor us.
Yeah.
So we're making the map, and I'm just like, so where should they explore? What environment do you think that they could explore?
Yeah.
And Jay goes, jungle. And I said, perfect. So then I pulled up the area where you can make the environment and like set what it looks like. Okay. So,
yeah.
Okay. What do you want the environment to look like? And there was a whole, there was jungly looking stuff and cave looking stuff and whatever. And he saw this one, and his eyes went right to it, and he goes, lava.
Oh.
And so it is a lava jungle that they are. Which actually, you know what though? The beauty of a 4-year-old just kind of making up something. Now we have this cool environment where there's lava, and then these like fire resistant plants grow out of it, and you have to climb along these vines and like walkways made of plants that are resistant to flame.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. That'd be a fun little environment to play some D&D in.
It's kind of neat. I wasn't going to think of it, so now it's there.
So the next time that we all play D&D, we will be in the lava jungle, rather.
Lava
I
jungle.
suppose.
Yeah, get it right.
Sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, but it's kind of fun. It's beautiful. It's cute. He says the funniest things. Anyway, how is life without parasite mutants?
It's pretty nice. We we were in Mexico last week. We went to Cabo last week. Yeah, it was super fun. You guys should come with us at some point.
Would love it.
Great. Book it. Let's go next February. It's probably when it's going to happen. But it was great. It was super fun. It's the same resort. The past 2 years we've gone to Cancun. So we went to the same resort but in Cabo this time. And I don't know if you were aware of the news of what was... y'all texted us the last day we were there.
Probably
yeah.
Than other folks because we don't pay attention to the news, but once I found out, I was like, oh my gosh.
No, so the funny thing is nobody texted us on Sunday because unless you were like deep into the news or in Mexico, which I'm both of those. At that time I was both deep into the news and in Mexico. You probably didn't hear about what was going down in America until Monday morning. But
okay.
Yeah. I mean, like literally, my mom didn't even contact me until Monday.
Aw.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And Joyce said, "Oh, honey."
Oh, honey. Like literally, the only two people who contacted us on Sunday was my voice teacher and our hairdresser.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet. I don't know what that relationship is like. A lot of people have very close relationships with their hairdressers.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
I don't.
Yeah, well, because you don't have hair.
I don't have hair.
Yeah.
But also, even before, the last time I went to get haircuts was like college.
Oh, well, yeah, well, yes. Where you would go to someone who was like our age at the time, so like your age, and they would like buzz you.
Yeah, and even before I started shaving, I would just trim my own hair with trimmers.
Right, because you're a trash person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was easy. But anyway, so you made it back safe and sound
We made it back
from
safe and
Cabo.
sound. Cabo was fantastic. And I didn't actually play any games. I brought my Switch,
Really?
but instead I just read books. Huh.
Okay. Okay.
So,
That's so much like there's that person that did a TikTok or something that I've seen that maybe you shared with me, and he was like, and you go on a trip and you pack your Switch, and like, and you're not gonna play it, you're not gonna have time to get it out one time, but it's your like security blanket, it's your security Switch, it's there just in case.
it was there just in case. It really
It's kind of
was.
true. It's hard to, but however, if I travel and that means I'm not taking care of kids, oh by God, I'm playing some Switch.
You're
It's
playing
gonna
some
happen.
Sweens. You know what? I played it a little bit on the airplane though.
Good.
I did do that because we're in the very beginning stages of playing and going to review Final Fantasy VIII finally, and I just played Triple Triad, the card game, for like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, you got me kind of hyped on the
And then I
side
texted
card
you and I
game.
was like, "Oh no, I'm just playing the card. I'm doing it again. I'm just playing the card game. It's more
Must
than
be
a
a good
card
game.
game."
Hey, that's how you know a good game. It's like there's that side game in Witcher 3 that people say is so good, like Quint or whatever that is, something
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
And there's a bunch of games. If it's a really top tier game, it's going to have a top tier little side
Side.
card game.
It's so much fun. But anyway, we will talk about Final Fantasy VIII at a later date.
True.
Today, Samuel, we're talking about Parasite Mutant. Well, the demo of Parasite Mutant, at least.
That's right, the demo. So we're going to give our impressions here of the demo, tell you what it's about, and tell you what our thoughts are on it. And yeah, and if you should maybe keep this on your radar.
Yeah.
So this game, Parasite Mutant, is a third person. I'd say it's mostly an action RPG, but also kind of turn-based in the way that the action happens, and we'll talk about that more specifically
Yeah.
when we get to the gameplay.
Yeah.
It's largely based off of Parasite Eve, which was a sci-fi horror RPG from we did a review on this early 2000s or late
98,
90s.
98, 99, I think.
Darn,
Yeah.
late 90s. But anyway, and quite honestly, I don't know. I don't think it's the same. So this was developed and published by Ice Saturna, which did Frontier Hunter and Tower Hunter, apparently, games I'm not familiar with.
Oh,
But it's really cool. It's like an homage to Parasite Eve, but it's almost like a sequel, but I don't know that it's by the same people. Is that your understanding of it?
it's not by the same people at all.
Yeah, so it's
No.
like an homage game
Yeah.
to it, which is kind of cool that they did that, and I'm glad they're allowing it, and hopefully no suits or anything. We shall see. So platform-wise, this will come to PC, Steam, PS5, and the release it's probably 2026. I think on the Steam site it says coming soon.
Right.
So we shall see when that is.
We will see. I'm going to guess summer.
Yeah.
I think that seems like a safe bet.
I hope. I hope it seems like the thoughts are all there and it's pretty like
Yeah.
tied up on the demo, like it should be ready to go, but I guess it's the amount of content, not like they're going to change up the ideas or anything.
Right. I mean, I think they said the demo it was about 5% of the game.
Oh, okay.
So I
Cool.
I imagine it's done at this point.
We
Probably.
should put it
Maybe.
at like a 45-hour-ish, sorry, 15-hour-ish game, something like that, probably.
That's what I would think it would be
Yeah.
close to.
Cool.
15, maybe 20, you know.
Well, give us some more background on Parasite Eve, because
Yeah.
I don't think I did a good job explaining kind of the roots of this game.
No, you did a fine job. So this is like it's kind of a love letter in a lot of ways to Parasite Eve, like almost down to the name because it's called Parasite Mutant. The font is I think is the same font even
Spot
that
on.
it really
they got
is.
the font right. Yep.
They changed the color. Parasite Mutant is in red, and Parasite Eve looks to be in like a bluish greenish type of color. I don't know. You'd have to tell me. Oh no, wait, we're both kind of colorblind. That sucks.
I could
Well,
probably tell those colors.
yeah, well, it's fine. The character in both of them is a blonde woman who's essentially, takes on the role of like cop slash detective, right? They're more of an agent. She's more of an agent in Parasite Mutant. Sure. I am. I don't know if confused is the right word or concerned that this indie developer hasn't received a cease and desist from Square because this is Parasite Eve, but just a spiritual successor is all it is.
Yeah, I don't know how that's working. We'll find out.
It's really shocking, but at this point with a released demo, they would have received some like in the news, in the headlines lawsuits by this point. So I'm sure they're good to go. Probably.
Yeah, hopefully they're just waiting for them to release it, and then they'll come after them. Who knows?
Shit, they
But
might. Well, and if you want to hear more about Parasite Eve, you can go listen to our episode from the end of 2024, I think is when we did it.
please do. Yeah, solid episode, solid game.
Solid game. Yes, you've
It is a solid game.
you've
I have
evolved.
problems with it, and you will hear those problems in the episode.
Yeah, Sam is a little bit more persnickety in the episode, and over the years he has come to enjoy it a little bit more.
Looking back, I can appreciate what it is.
Yeah. So, give us a little bit of an overview of the story and the gameplay in Parasite Mutant.
Yeah, so whereas Parasite Eve is kind of 90s city, almost, or 80s, 90s almost feel to it, sci-fi cop adventure in the city in New York. This is distant future, is what it says. However, it feels almost near future to me. But either way,
Yeah.
a futuristic take on the city in this sci-fi environment. You are a psionic agent named Nova, and you explore an abandoned island that is now filled with these mutant creatures. And you're trying to uncover the secrets and unravel the mystery of what's going on there on that island. That's about all you get in
Yeah.
the demo, and all you get from reading up on it, which I'm fine with. It's intriguing enough. I think they try to end it with a little bit of an additional cool, nod to what's going on with your character that I won't spoil here, but I think that's not crazy and makes
Not
sense as
crazy,
to
yeah.
what's going on, but it's kind of cool. So yeah, I'm intrigued enough. I like the sci-fi environments. I like it's a borderline kind of, it's like cyberpunky a little bit, I would say.
A little
And
bit.
I like all that.
Yeah.
And then gameplay wise, so what do you do to advance this story? Again, it's sci-fi, horror, cyberpunk kind of all rolled into one. Third person action with some turn based aspects to the RPG combat. It is random encounters, which
Yeah.
we'll talk about later, but it's random. You don't know that they're there. They're not in the overworld, and boom, you're fighting them. There is I think it's called an ATC bar, active time. Is that the right acronym?
It is for this game. Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
ATC.
So active time combat, probably bar that charges up. So basically, it's just over time, it will charge up a bar that gives you the ability to perform an action. And you actually have two of them. So you can perform, if you wait longer, you'll fill up a second bar and you can perform kind of two actions. So you can use melee, you can use a ranged weapon, which is generally a gun. Sometimes I think later on, at least in Parasite Eve, you get like a grenade launcher and some other type of projectile weapons. Or you can use your special psi powers, which you will unlock more and more of as time goes on, to either kind of heal yourself or use special rays and beams and slow abilities and just all these other power abilities that you can use, which will utilize a mana resource as well.
Yeah.
You'll pick up. Go ahead.
They ATC, just so to get us here. It is ATC, active time chains is what they call it, based off of the ATB system of Parasite Eve, which was active time battle. There you go. Just so we have the
Active
differences
time
there.
chains, because you can chain things together because it's multiple.
There
So
you
I wonder
go.
if you'll get even more bars as you go. That would be cool.
Oh, that would be
As you
cool.
power up, you can get even more. That's
Oh, I
a
bet
good
you
idea.
do.
Yeah. And it's C instead of B, so you know that it's the next letter, so it's advanced.
There you go.
But anyway, so you'll pick up stronger weapons. I did like that there's a lot of things you're picking up. There's a lot of items you're finding as you explore. And you can kind of fuse them together to add the attributes of one weapon to another is one of the systems they have. So you'll lose one of your weapons, but you'll be able to draw the stats or the special bonus attributes from that other one to the weapon you want to use.
Exactly like in Parasite Eve.
It's exactly the same system. Yes, exactly. Let's see. Yeah, and then you in this one too. Yeah, in the overworld, before you're like fighting things, you can use your melee to kind of attack or interact with different parts of the environment.
Yeah.
So that is an additional part there. Visually, I liked it. What did you think about how it looked, DJ?
I liked it. It's obviously an improvement from the earlier Parasite Eve games. I think you would describe it as like less polygons and smoother. I think part of the characters look cell shaded. Some parts of them also don't look cell shaded, but some of them did look like that like really distinct. Like I always attribute it to like an Atlas or like a Studio Ghibli game of like cell shaded hair and like
Yeah.
clothing on the
Yeah.
character. There's a an option like right when you start the game to have like retro rendering, or what like the Reddit folks will call like potato vision.
I
Where
didn't.
you
Yeah, I didn't do this when I played it.
I didn't do it either because as much as I love a retro game, I do like modern visuals, you know. So I didn't do it, but I think it's really nice that it gives you the option to have like a CRT filter.
Yeah. One thing I actually just thought about again about the visuals is maybe they're not the most hyper realistic for the day. It's not going to look like the new Resident Evil or anything like that, but
Sure.
it looks a lot more modern. It's smoother with the frame rates and everything like that. But then
Yeah.
also what I thought was nice is I remember it being very jarring in Parasite Eve to go from these cutscenes, which were cinematics, which were much better graphics, then back to these polygons of like a PS1 3D, era, and that was jarring to me to be like, wait, we're in the same environment, like me now with a block head versus that, cinematic cutscene, which was an actual human's face and all these things. So now it's the cutscenes are very in line with the visuals of the gameplay, and so
Yeah.
that takes me out of it much less.
Yeah.
I'm in it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
And
Um
what kept me totally in it though
yeah.
was the music. The music sounded so good and was so atmospheric. What did you think about it?
It was great. It was creepy. I couldn't find who the composer was. Could you?
I didn't either on
I
my
couldn't.
because
I'm
I
sure
don't know
it's
if
out
they've got
there,
everything out until they let me look again.
and I don't want to. I don't want to shortchange someone's art here, but I couldn't find the name of the composer for this yet. But while you're looking for it, this music was designed to evoke tension, obviously, because this is a survival horror RPG. There was some really cool synth and like dinging of bells in the beginning, like on the menu screen. And then the longer you stay there, they become this driving bass line with what I would call stuttering or almost like static sounds. I think to make it feel like the music is more modern horror and less like it's old timey horror. In fact, the beginning of menu screen sounded a lot like the save room music from the Resident Evil games. So like paying a little bit of homage to the survival horror aspect as well. Did you find who
Yeah,
the
I'm
composer was?
no. It keeps making me look for the composer of the what was it Korean
Oh, yeah, I
highly
know.
acclaimed film Parasite
Yeah,
from a few years
no,
back.
it's just
Nope,
not
not
out there
finding it.
yet. When we do, since we're doing a review of the demo, I think that there stands a pretty good chance we'll do a review of the actual game.
Yeah,
So sorry if we don't. Sorry, composer, if you're listening to this and we don't know your name, but we'll be sure to give you a shout out once the full game is out there and we know your name. Thanks for the
that's right. Hope
music.
and put it out before Halloween so we can do this as a Halloween episode, please. Please and
Oh,
thank
that'd
you.
be great. Thanks and stuff. Okay, so just kind of like general overview, like positives and negatives, pros and cons. What do you think,
Yeah.
Sam?
Okay. I'll give my positives and negatives. You chime in. You let me know how right I am.
Oh God.
Okay. The vibe, spot on with the vibe. Feels
Yeah.
like spiritual successor, homage, love letter, all that we've said before to Parasite Eve. Creepy, foreboding, great extension of Parasite Eve. Are we agreement? Okay,
I
good.
mean, oh, yeah,
Better,
you're right. Yes.
yes, got it. Everybody, clock that, record it. Give me the sound bite. Better visuals, we said we like that. Not hyper realistic. Good step up. Nice transitions between cinematic cutscenes and the gameplay. Smoother experience overall. I felt like I was less frustrated by the hitboxes and trying to move around the battle arenas and those kind of things, which I guess I didn't go as much into the gameplay of the actual turn-based stuff. But
Oh, it's
oh no,
same.
we did. We
Yeah,
did.
we
We
did. Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you're just you. I guess I didn't go to the arena part. The quick on the arena, you're just basically where you interact, where the random battles happen. That becomes the battle arena. You don't go
Yeah.
to a different place. You're fighting them right then and there on the streets or in the warehouse or wherever. But love the music. We're solid on the music there. So creepy, atmospheric, gets you just tuned in to, hey, we're in cyberpunk Creepstown.
Creeps down. Population us.
That's right. At first I thought it was pretty linear, and it kind of is, but it was fun to look around. There was definitely things to find. There were nice little puzzles. Like you have to read about stuff. You have to figure out what's going on. You have to unlock locks. You have to figure out, how to hack into something. So
Yeah.
it definitely scratched the itch of I am a detective in a cyberpunk future looking around and figuring puzzles out, which was cool. Let's see here. I The random battles we mentioned, part of
Yeah.
me is okay with that. Normally, I kind of dog on that nowadays, and I think
Hmm.
it's a foregone, mechanic. But being this supposed to be horror and creepy, the fact that you randomly boom, you don't know that you're about to interact with a baddie, and then all of a sudden, it kind of like hits you that it makes that sound, and you know that you're about to enter a battle, and you don't know what sort of creepy monstrosity it's going to be. Actually works, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I think so too.
The only thing I would ask is instead of them just appearing out of the blue, it'd be kind of cool if it showed them like crawl out of the ground or come down from the ceiling or like come out of a vent. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be neat.
Instead of just because they just kind of appear, right?
Yeah. Yeah, with the random battles thing, I think it was more of a symptom of they couldn't just. A lot of old games had random battles because the technology just wasn't there to have all the enemies on the screen wandering around as well.
Yep.
Do you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah, yeah. And that's why normally I think it's something that we shouldn't do anymore because we have the technology and the capability to not do that. However, I think it adds something to a horror game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and then you're gonna get games like, oh gosh, the new Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest game. I think, or not the new one, but like the reimagined one.
Yeah, those seven reimagined.
Yeah. Gosh, I can't remember if those are random or not. Now I don't want to say because I don't want to get yelled at,
It's okay. Well,
but
yeah.
I know we'll all yell at me. But yeah, I'm an old time gamer, so I'm not bugged by random battles as much as you youngins are. You who's 3 years younger than me,
I'm so young.
so
Um,
youthful.
and then I think it's nice that they at least advanced the gameplay mechanic. They gave you two action bars that you can lead to and do multiple actions at once. So once you fill them both up, you could do a heal and attack, whatever. So I really like that. Do I wish they could have advanced it a little bit more? Maybe, but in the positive section, I like that there are two action bars.
Yeah, and like you said, they might add a third or a fourth depending on
I
how much level you get.
I think that'd be a really cool addition, and then maybe it goes a little faster.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, so what about by the way, I agree with all the things that you like, so you are correct.
I am so right.
What about some things that maybe are less loved?
Okay, so I wish they would have done a more modern camera that you can rotate yourself. I understand it keeps a kind of a fixed point of view, and I understand that might be for framing, for the right angles to kind of give you that. It kind of does give it a creepy sense based on the angle that they're at. And you're less in control. Maybe they're going for that too. But it felt kind of clunky to me. It jumps. If you're going down a hallway and then you turn, it's going to jump to the next cutscene, almost like you're going from one security camera view to another security camera view. And so I'd rather have the ability to have a free moving camera to rotate and look around.
It's that is pretty typical. The what you call like the jarring fixed camera view. That was Resident Evil. That was Silent Hill. That was Parasite Eve. Like that was a way to evoke, like you said, this like sense of lost control with the character, and like that would elicit these like sense of fear or like what's around the corner. You don't know until you turn.
Okay, yes. And you said was though is in Requiem the new Resident Evil. Is it a fixed camera? Do you know? I haven't played it. I hear really good
I
things.
haven't I haven't played it yet
I think
either.
it's the highest rated
Oh, good. It's
Resident
on
Evil.
it's on Switch too, also,
It's on
right?
Switch too, and it's supposed to look good.
I'm
Actually,
so
supposed to look good.
that's what I'm concerned about. I'm such a PlayStation boy when it comes to Resident Evil, but
I've only heard pretty darn good things about it. Like, does it
let's
look the same as PS5? I've heard no, for sure not.
oh
But
oh.
does
But
it look really good? Yes.
I'll probably get it on PS5, honestly.
Then get it on PS5.
I'm gonna do
You
that.
do
I'm gonna do
you.
that. But yeah, no, I think I am not upset with a fixed camera angle because I understand it's an homage. My concern is that for newer gamers like you will not get that. And then you will be like, why the fuck is a fixed camera angle? I want to have the camera with me because I want control.
I get it. I guess, yeah, I guess if you're seeing this game as totally an homage and just like upscaling the graphics is the main thing they should change, great. In my mind, I feel like they should make it into almost a sequel. Or my expectations would be almost a sequel where they advance everything. They say,
Hmm.
"Hey, let's take these cool concepts, but let's speed it up to 2026."
Yeah,
And to me, that would include a non-fixed camera. So
sure, sure. I think you're
it pro-
wrong. No, I'm kidding. Kidding, kidding,
that's okay,
kidding,
but
kidding,
I
kidding.
understand the merits of it in a spooky, spooky horror game
And
for
the
sure.
spooky, spooky, but you're right. To touch on what you said, I don't think they do. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's fixed camera angles in the newest Resident Evil either. But that's also a point of contention in the Resident Evil fandom since Resident Evil 4 going forward is that it's been more action based and less survival horror, and people have been upset with that for the past 20 years.
The Resident Evil. I think this one's supposed to be more survivor horror.
Yeah,
Survival horror.
I think you're right. But I know that the the switch to more action based, and then you have a camera that constantly follows you over the shoulder.
Hmm.
Again, maybe I'm a big tent type of gamer, and I like that too. Like I'm not bugged that Resident Evil switched to that at all. But there are folks who are like, well, it's not Resident Evil anymore. It's just an action game where you shoot zombies, and I think that's a valid criticism.
Okay, okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's see if you think my next criticism is valid.
Ooh,
Okay, this was I think the enemy movement needs some work. So when
yeah.
I would try to run around an enemy or run behind it because where they're facing
Mm-hmm.
will then telegraph, where the attack goes. Most of the time, where they're facing dictates where they're going to attack. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to run around the back of them. Plus, sometimes I think they had armor in the front and other things like that, and you wanted to get up from behind them and then attack their weak side. And then all of a sudden, they would literally just from one frame to the next be facing me.
The returner.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
would
just
it
just
glitch, or would
it
they
would
just do a fast
it,
turn?
it wasn't even a fast turn. It was just boom, they're facing me now. It
Oh,
wasn't even yeah, it wasn't even just a fast turn. It was just they were automatically facing me. And so it's like,
oh,
what the heck? And so it felt like
that
it
needs
was
to be fixed.
frustrating. It was not realistic to me. I'm trying to, because your movement is dictates if you're going to get hit or not,
Yeah.
if you're in the right spot. And if they automatically just start facing you and you have to react when there's no time to, I thought that needs some work.
Yeah, if that's a glitch, that needs to be fixed. I remember in Parasite Eve, like the big crab, I remember at one point, you could get like near it, and it would do a whoop. You can't see me because I'm on camera, but it would like do this cute hop and
I
turn to
think
face
I
you.
think they got it with whoop. I don't
Whoop,
think they have to see it. I think they just everybody knows what that sound
whoop.
translates to with movements of crabs.
Yeah, yeah, it's just like a cute little hop, a half turn, a quarter turn, if you
Whoop.
will. Whoop. So that's what would happen. And, I imagine that's probably what they would want to happen in this new game. But if it just kind of glitches and it's automatically facing you, that makes it seem like the game is cheating you in some ways. So I understand being upset by that.
Yeah, yeah. And the last thing I'll say for my negatives, because I have the long list of negatives, is I think a dodge roll or a parry or some additional movement mechanic, maybe even, I think you can walk versus run, but you basically are running the whole time, maybe even a
Running.
quicker run. Just some sort of adjustment to how fast you can move, specifically a dodge roll, would do wonders for the feel of the gameplay and how you feel like you can actually have the power to dodge certain attacks. That would help. I think it would be helpful a lot.
Yeah, I think, again, if they're going off of Parasite Eve, it's less there's no parry. I don't think every RPG needs a parry, so I'm just going to put a kibosh in that.
But what about dodge roll? I'm more on to dodge roll.
With the dodge roll, I think it's kind of more about knowing the movement of the enemy, assuming it doesn't glitch out on you, right? Knowing the movement and the moves of the enemy, and then knowing where on the map to go to, so that it doesn't get you. I mean, it's kind of trial and error. It's slow trial and error, which can feel frustrating. You same folks who play Souls have no problem doing so much trial and error because it's so fast paced. But like the second it's trial and error in a like Parasite Eve type game, you're like, it's too slow. What do you mean it got me? I'm not calling you out, but I mean, it's like y'all can deal with so much Souls frustration, and you can't deal with something like this. Give me a break.
Well, I'm used to if I know the mechanics and I'm used to uh, like being able to dodge roll out of the way because I knew what they were going to do.
Hmm.
That feels better to me than oh walk slowly this way,
Then
walk
run
slowly
this
this
way.
way. Like,
So you're wanting it. You want. It sounds like even less like mechanic wise and more just like. Wouldn't it be cool if there was a nice animation that felt earned of like, oh, they're shooting fire at you instead of walk out of the way. I would roll out of the way.
yes, you would do something more active. Yeah, yeah. It's like you're straight up. You remember? Did you ever in growing up in gym class play like Pac-Man tag, and you had to walk on the lines of the. You ever
Yes.
played this? You had
Yes.
to walk
Yes.
on the lines of the basketball court, and so you could only walk on the lines, and you can only walk. You can't run,
It's
and so
true.
you're all like, but then you're gonna fudge that as a kid, so you're gonna
Right.
start like fast walking. Like it's like you're stuck walking the lines instead of being able to run. That's what this makes me feel like.
That's so funny. Wow, I've not thought about Pac-Man tag since like fourth grade.
I played it yesterday. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
But anything else though that you did not anything that did not jive with you to add to the list of things that did not that I wish they would alter.
I don't think we got a good sense of me at least. I thought we got a good sense of the environment. I thought we got a pretty good sense of the combat. I don't think we have a good sense of the main character Nova or why the monsters are there. Now I'm going to give like a little bit of grace because it's a demo, right? So like maybe the game will have a really lengthy opening montage that explains a lot of the story and explains the like a background of the character, or maybe what we're playing in the demo isn't the very beginning of the game. I don't know. Or maybe you and I were talking about game manuals. We were texting about it this morning, I think. Not like game guides, but like manuals that used to come with old games. Like maybe this game will come with a digital game manual to give some context of who Nova is, like to tell you, and like any of our like new gamers who didn't play some old games. Like games used to come with manuals, and they used to give each character like their own bio as if they were in like a music program. And like you would have their headshot and a bio, and it would list their age and gender, their hair color and eye color, and their weight and their birth date and their zodiac, and sometimes their occupation, and like likes and dislikes, like favorite food or like hates to have conversation. I mean, it sounds stupid, but all that color text just added to the world building. Like before you pushed the start button, you knew the background of these characters, you know?
That's true. Yeah, it is lacking that in this game, and I
Yeah.
have to think that you're right. I have to think this is not the way the actual game will start because you are just thrown into the action.
You
It's just
are.
like there's nothing and then boom. Which I like to be able to just go, but
For
you're right. You
sure.
don't have any idea about the world, and maybe I recall there being a really actually great cinematic at the beginning of Parasite Eve, at least the beginning of the opening credits.
Yeah.
Uh, so there's bound to be more. But I
I'm
agree with you. Yeah, we don't know much about them,
I'm
which
sure there
maybe
is.
that's
Yeah.
part of the story. You have to figure out as you go.
Yeah, for sure. It might be. I mean, this I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna eat this game up for sure. Like I just
It feels nice. I probably will, especially if it's only 15 hours, like we're
right.
guessing.
I can't imagine it's gonna be any longer than that. Like my final thought, like my both fear and my hope is that this game is like an unashamed spiritual successor to Parasite Eve. As a fan of the original game, like this would appeal to me, but my fear is that older mechanics will alienate new fans to enjoy this like survival horror RPG. So I don't know the right answer.
I think you're right. I think just like I later appreciate Parasite Eve more than I did when I was playing it, I think I need to go into this after us talking about it and not expect a sequel, but expect an upresed modern adaptation of the same thing.
That's what I'm thinking it's probably gonna be. Just one that
Yeah.
looks better and hopefully at the end of the day runs a little bit better
Oh,
also.
it runs better. It feels better. Yeah, yeah.
Good.
But I don't want to expect it to really advance the gameplay and advance the mechanics and advance everything a whole lot more.
I don't think it super will. The if it ain't broke, like don't fix it kind of a thing. And that's like that's kind of what like Dragon Quest in Japan has been doing for the past 30 plus years. What you see
And
is
we
what
just
you
have
get.
and we just have different definitions of Parasite Eve being ain't broke at all in any way.
No, I mean it's
I would
definitely
say
broken
there
in
was
some
some
ways.
you broke in a few ways and you should fix in a
You
few
should.
ways.
No, it's clearly a perfect game, Sam, with no drawbacks at all. No, no, no. I totally hear you on this.
Anyway, but well, okay, that's our thoughts though. Are you playing anything now that is completely perfect and not broken in any way?
No, I'm not playing a perfect game at all. We mentioned it a little bit at the beginning. I am starting my playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII, which I have not played since the remaster came out in 2019, I think. So I am slowly starting to play that. Basically, I'm just playing Triple Triad right now, the card game within the game.
Good, good point.
But
Well,
that's what I'm doing. What about you?
well, so I'm tying up a few things for sure. I think I'm on the very last boss in Code Vein 2, so I'm basically done with that.
Ooh,
I'll
cool.
probably get the Switch 2 upgrade pack for Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition and then try to finish like the last. I think I'm on the last chapter in that too that I never just so I can hop back in, play it on the potentially fraught upgrade. I've heard questionable things about the visuals not being as good afterwards due to some AI upscaling issues. So we'll see, and then we can
Yeesh.
finally do my review on that, which is
That's been
pending.
a
But
long time coming.
I've been on like the last chapter, ready to do a review pretty much for 6 months. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll use the Switch 2 upgrade to hop back in and do that. And then finish up Trails in the Sky. And then if I have any other time, I think the next thing is, like we said, Final Fantasy VIII. And then the next thing I'm really excited for, sorry, Final Fantasy VIII, not that I'm not excited for it, but is Monster Hunter Stories 3.
Woo!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that one's going to be. I just hear great things. People have been playing. I've actually already done some reviews for it, and I've gotten their review copies, and I think it's going to be top tier. Actually, I think it's going to be up there. Maybe even I could be on the RPG of the year, list. I'm not saying it's going to win. I'm saying it could be one of the candidates. I think it could
Ooh.
be a candidate.
I might have to play it.
From what I'm hearing, I bet you it could be on the RPG of the year candidates list again.
Is it
I
just
won't say it's going to win it.
It's not. It's Switch. It won't be on PS. No, it will be on PS5 also.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's multiple different.
Okay. All right. I might watch another review of it after we finish this episode, and like maybe it'll pique my interest a little bit.
Go peek it.
Go peek it. Go Pikachu it. So, so Sam, why don't you tell us where can people find us?
Oh, people, they can find us at Turn-Based Besties on Instagram, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Overcast, YouTube Music, lots of other places, pretty much everywhere. Check us
Yeah.
out on our YouTube channel. Be a follower. Being a follower is great. Do it.
Yeah.
Our TikTok, which is very fledgling and growing. Follow us on TikTok. Let's see here. Where else? Our Reddit, our subreddit page. We got a lot of traction on a subreddit post for Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. So
Hey,
anybody else that was out
hey.
there? Yep. We used our we used the reel I made with Bad Bunny and QuickTime button presses with the button A.
Yeah. Oh, it
And
was
hey,
great.
everybody on the Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door subreddit loved it. So there we go. We'll keep doing those kind of things on Reddit. It's fun.
We sure will.
So we also have new pixel art that Deej commissioned, which it's not quite 100% as new anymore, but it's pretty new and we're looking pretty fresh.
We're looking
So
so fly on there. Harvey Dent, MD, the creator, you're so awesome. Thanks for doing that.
shout out. Yep. And yeah, get on our socials anywhere we just mentioned. Let us know what your thoughts are on the Parasite Mutant demo. We should have mentioned it. Yeah, or we did. It's only 45 minutes long. Give it a shot and
Oh
then
yeah.
shout us out. Let us know what you think. Our new episode release schedule. It's not that new anymore, but just so you know, let us remind you, it will be Friday mornings, 8 a.m. Pacific time or 10 a.m. Central. So it's about every other Friday is our release schedule. So tune in and be ready for those and get them all. If you're following, it'll just come right through to your podcatcher and you will know. So yeah,
Heck yeah, it will.
big
Yeah.
thanks to everybody out there who's already followed us on social media, and we need more folks to keep following us. We're gonna get those numbers up.
We need those
That's
because
right.
we need to build a big party, a big adventuring party. That's what
That's
we
right.
need, right?
DJ like does not like small parties. You've heard him say that. You need to join us so that he can have his goal party of thousands of people.
Thousands of people, so we can go on big adventures together here at Turn-Based Besties.
So that's like we say, when everything in the world points right, maybe go left, see what you find. I'm Sam.
And I'm DJ, and this has been another episode of Turn-Based Besties. Goodbye.
Bye.